Welcome again to today's session, and today we are going to talk about BIOS. Many of us use our computers, but we don't normally understand that there's something that we call BIOS. So BIOS is basically defined as a basic input-output system, and a clear definition of BIOS is it is a program that performs startup options and procedures when your computer is turned on. So that is BIOS. And normally we use BIOS for to perform different tasks. Task number one that you can do with the BIOS is to set up our security measures, things to do with the passwords and the likes. Function number two, which is the common thing that we normally use BIOS for, is to configure your hard drive during installation of the operating system. When you're installing the operating system, you need to configure BIOS, especially if you're using the CD. You need to boot up with the CD-ROM rather than the hard disk, because if it is on the hard disk, actually it won't work. So function number three that I know of BIOS is for other settings like with the time and the likes. But generally, BIOS also automatically loads the operating system during the boot process. So to go into BIOS, what you do is there are keys you can press. Key number F2, key F10, and the delete key. Those are the only keys that can make you access BIOS. So guys, let us move and let's see how BIOS works. So guys, you press the F10 key, like you can see on your screen. The F10 key. After that, like for my case, I did the F10 and here I am now. You can know the particulars of your system by pressing the system information. For example, the system board number, processor speed and the likes. You press escape, you go back. You can but in our case, I wanted to show you how to set up the boot options. Here you come to device configuration, press enter. Like in this case, the hard disk is the first boot up part of this machine. So in this case, you can change to the CD-ROM, but to change it, I'll use another option here. You can also change. You can also set up the password. If you wanted to set up the password here, input your password so that somebody does not access the areas that you don't want. And it is very dangerous for somebody to access your BIOS and do any settings. It can easily mess up your computer. So it's good that you ensure there are security measures so that nobody accesses your BIOS. So this area that you see known as the boot order, when you're installing the operating system, that is where we use to configure. In this case, for example, here it indicates you start with the floppy drive, of which cannot be used for in this case. So you do the CD-ROM drive, you select, then you move up. That's how I've done the CD drive as my main startup, a part of this machine. Thank you guys for being with us today. To support this channel, all we say is kindly subscribe, like and share so that we can facilitate more content for you. Thank you very much.